Greetings, gentlemen, and happy Independence Day. On this 4th of July, I'm somewhat conflicted. On the one hand, I have an enormous amount of respect for the way we as a country have evolved. We've come a long way in a short amount of time, historically. This noble experiment, as some have called it, is still a work in progress. But where are we today regarding conditions for the American man? Yes, we have a relatively high standard of wealth compared with other countries around the world. Most of us can buy the latest iPhone or the latest laptop or some other electronic gadget. But what does that ultimately provide us in the end? I submit that it buys us bondage, not the bondage of slavery, not the bondage of incarceration. It buys us bondage of debt, economic bondage, financial bondage. And that's never a good thing when we as men should be saving and investing to obtain the means to live abroad at our choosing and when we choose. Let me be clear. I am a very patriotic American citizen who has respect for this country and the fact that it remains primarily a country of laws. However, as this country evolves, or I should say devolves, into one of laws favoring women, does it deserve our tax dollars when those dollars are used to dispossess men of wealth, their children, and most of what we have built for ourselves on an individual basis because of these women? I say it does not. We often hear of the American dream, this pop culture concept at the core of men's misery in America. Think about it. When a gainfully employed man, quote, does the right thing, end quote, and marries a woman, buys a house, buys all the furnishings and all the gadgets for the house, buys 2 cars, one for him, one for the wife and kids, who ultimately profits? Well, the companies that produce these items and the government in the form of tax revenue from these companies that profit from people buying things. So when Sweetie Pie ultimately tires of you and she wants a divorce, you have to enlist the services of an attorney. That costs money. And then perhaps the services of a realtor, because you have to find a new place to live, or you have to sell your home that you own jointly, or you have to buy a new home in which to live because the courts won't allow you to live with the female or share the living arrangement with the female. Who benefits there? Again, corporate interest or commercial interest, and in turn the government. Do you see my point? The point is, American men are now used as conduits for consumption and government revenue. Consumption is the fuel that keeps our economy going. It's a good thing. However, overconsumption and the over-reliance on American men and the exploitation of American men to consume is a bad thing. The government knows that women cause men to spend money, whether it's in romantic relationships, whether it's how I described in the family arrangements in this country. So they advocate a public policy that wants men to marry. This is precisely why I'm going to spend the rest of my life abroad. I have voted with my feet. I am no longer permitting myself to be shackled to America and shackled insofar as debt by women or the family court systems because I impregnated some American woman. If I choose to have children, I will have them in a non-feminist country, and I will remain unmarried. If my female companion ever flexed the false muscles of feminism, I could leave that country and go to another, or even come back to the United States temporarily. I am loyal to the United States of America, and I would never renounce my citizenship. This is a country that has a lot going for it. It's very easy to become a success in America if you press the right buttons and do the right things. And a lot of immigrants know that. But living here in the United States as a successful man is a chore. And it's a never-ending game designed to entrap American men into the web of consumer debt. So as we celebrate America's birthday, think about what America means for you today. Regardless of your political leaning or your ideological stance, America ain't what it used to be. We can all pretty much agree on that. I personally love the United States, but there's nothing wrong with loving it from abroad. Enjoy the rest of your holidays, gentlemen. Goodbye for now.